The cheating problems in the One Piece TCG continue. It's getting rampant, it's getting worse, and it's turning into a meme at this point, and there's only one solution. What I want to do in this video is go over the recent examples of cheating for educational purposes to arm you as a player to know what to look out for, and to really just disincentivize some of these webcam events. For online webcam events like this, I will not be attending them, and I personally don't believe that we should be pushing these. I will say as a giant caveat though, I completely understand from an accessibility perspective, especially to engage a global community, this is the only way we have to right now, other than traveling out, doing these world tournaments where, you know, traveling is very inaccessible for a large majority of people. And I get that. I completely understand that for now, they have to exist and they serve that purpose. Great. But I think in the long term, we need to disincentivize things like this and actually promote the only solution that will actually help this game forward in the long term and actually be the true fix and not a band-aid solution. So let's go over the examples themselves, and then I want to talk about the solution at the end of the video. First example of cheating by One Piece TCG in a recent Treasure Cruise event, actually, just recently happened. May 12th is when this was tweeted out. At 16 seconds, you can see an extra card pulled from under the table. This is going to be a growing theme that's literally become a meme, and the person tries to act cool, calling a judge. So we're looking at this person on the left here. So I'm gonna full screen this. We don't really need to pay attention to the you know, kind of right here, but pay attention to this person on the left here. So at kind of 16 is where we want to pay attention. So kind of paying attention to their hand right now. So oh, their hand went under here. Check this out. One card in hand, and then we're 14, 15, 16, right? Oh, so their hand moved and they grabbed another. Right, so look at this movement, and then all of a sudden there's another card, right? Like, so there's a lot of things happening here, right? So an extra card gets pulled under the table, and then you know, they believe this is the Sakazuki player, kind of calling them out straight up. This is absolutely hilarious. Under the table. Nah, this was actually primarily one of the reasons I wanted to do this. Yo, under the table. Nah, this I need everyone. I'm gonna link the tweet down below. Everyone go to this tweet and like this comment. This is a premium comment. Under the table. Okay, anyway. Okay, so cheating, big problem. Humor 1, cheating 0, hopefully. Anyway, the under the table issue with webcam events is a very big one, because a lot of folks, especially in terms of accessibility, can only have so much in terms of, you know, their internet speed, the equipment they have. They could have a bad webcam. Look at this person on the right with the lighting. Like, look at this lighting. Look at how bad this lighting is. And what are we gonna do? Make them buy another lamp? Like, maybe they only have so many funds to do that. How many people have funds or a PC that can handle multiple webcams as well? You know, a webcam going underneath the table, looking at your big bulge. No one can really push that as well in online tournaments. Are we going to have a face cam, you know, a table cam, and then a bulge cam? 3 cams just to play the One Piece TCG? Be for real right now. The next example of cheating is kind of a little bit older. Shout out to Clyde TCG. I'm not sure they're playing Nami too much right now, but they were definitely someone that, you know, I grabbed their Nami guide from and I was learning from originally. But in this clip right here, we are looking at this person at the bottom, Eduardo, to my knowledge. So at 09, you can see them kind of cover up some cards, move to the left unnaturally, and then put some cards in their hand. So check this out. So they're gonna put their hand down. So cards are getting played here by Roberto. You can see at some point, you see how they move unnaturally to the left, and you see how their hand kind of slightly changes, right? Cards are being pushed up. So essentially cards are being added to their hand and being fed into it, right? And so these are the type of things where, you know, the ways to combat this, right, are like, you can do things like actively ask for hand checks. If you see things like this, actively ask for the number of cards in hand. And then keep asking them to spread out the cards onto the table, and you could do this actively. I'm pretty sure this is a perfectly normal thing to do. The number of cards in someone's hand is an active piece of information you can ask for at any point. I believe the same thing is true for the deck count as well, especially as a Nami player. Knowing someone's deck count, especially against a Nami mirror, is very important. So these are the type of things that are very, like, active knowledge all players should be aware of. You can ask for actively, and you can look out for things like this. So under the table cheating has been the latest meme in the One Piece TCG, and I think, again, there is only only one solution, which is to promote an online digital client for tournament play. Now, I've harped about this before in a previous video, but I think it's very important to do this over and over again. It's my job as a content creator to put a voice on things like this and not just post up results over and over again. I don't need to keep going to other tournaments and winning serial Luffys for you to take me seriously. I hope you understand that. I hope you understand that just as a content creator for this game, I can just be pushing this cheating angle, help people grow, grow as Nami players, and that could be my genuine purpose. If you want highly competitive results, please go to someone else. That's not what I'm here for. My job is to help improve the game and make the game that I love better and more accessible for the players that want to play it, and that's through an online digital client. Look, my main game is Magic the Gathering. The Gathering is literally in the name of the game. Right? So I understand in that community, there is a big push for, especially the primary way to play that game being a multiplayer format right now with 4 people in it. It's called Commander. And in the One Piece TCG, we don't have that, but you can see how a gathering, a group of people being sociable, being interactive is promoted in these TCGs. And I think it's very important for a game like the One Piece TCG to promote this as well. A game and based off an IP that's so inclusive, so, world building, so, just aware of the different diversities and people and just isms of the things around us and just how that is included in an overall positive message from the anime. And I think that can translate really well in the One Piece TCG, but unfortunately we have a lot of bad actors in this. In situations like this, these folks are not disincentivized from cheating. There's a lot of situations where people aren't being banned, they aren't being caught, and we just aren't aware, and we can avoid all this by just promoting an online digital client where, like the One Piece TCG simulator, we can then hold potentially online tournaments, thousands of dollars of tournaments. I mean, Disney's Lorcana has an online digital client called Pixelborn, and they just held recently in the last month a 10K on that unofficial digital client. And we could do the same thing on the sim. If we were to sign up to Batsu's Patreon, provide him more, folks to help him with the server things, fix some of the bugs, whatever it might be. At least when you have an issue on the sim, it's a bug and it's not a cheating problem. Right? And there obviously is that line of where people could be changing the images of certain cards and stuff like that ahead of a match just to make things a little unaware for folks. And we can police that as well. Just have people only register base images. There's ways to do this for the sim as well. But for the sake of digital versus in-person play, there's so many ways to cheat in person, especially situations like this where folks are being fed cards from underneath the table by under D table. And there's a lot of ways that we can stop this. Obviously, just being aware of some of the examples that I provided as ways that you could counter this. But again, online digital client where, especially on the sim, these things are free. Heck, even in Pixelborn where they had that 10K tournament, all the cards are essentially made the same way. It's just images. You just upload those images, you can play a top tier deck for free, and the same thing is available on the sim where people can test out their decks and play. And a lot of people out here in my comments, they'll tell me, and I see other people saying this in other videos as well, where they'll say, I don't like playing on the sim, I only want to play in paper. Well, good for you, but a lot of you are just holding the game back. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm gonna rip off the band-aid. Hot take: if you don't like playing on the sim, you're holding the game back. We as a community need to come together and promote the resources that actually benefit the game instead of constantly pushing things that just benefit us. You as a person just wanting to play in paper is fine, but just disincentivizing the sim by not promoting it to other folks and not doing your due diligence as an active member of the game that enjoys the game is doing a disservice and only promoting cheating like this. That's all it's doing. You as a voice of reason, as an individual that enjoys this game, can promote this online sim, show that the online client and the online platform for this game is so rampant. I have so many people in my comment section, especially for my shorts and just in my personal DMs, asking me like, hey, what is that online platform? What is this game, right? They'll see me post shorts about the One Piece TCG simulator, and they'll be like, what is this? There's an online way to play this? I didn't know there was an online client. And we need to push this. We need to show people that there is a free way to access this game, especially for casuals. Casuals don't want to be dropping like $200+ on a playset of Queen, which, by the way, in OPO8 is being printed as a special rare. That's not a reprint, that's a cash grab. At this point, the game is dying because it's being run by a bunch of crypto bros. It's all about these serial cards that cost so much money, and it's just about cash grabs for these tournaments where you win these serialized cards and then you sell them out as lottery tickets to the highest bidder and get cashed out. Why wouldn't you cheat in these games? Look at how much you get. Like, imagine if you cheated your way to a win, then got yourself a serialized whatever type of card, thousands of dollars. You get caught after, you don't care, you got to pay out of $1,000. That's life-changing money for a lot of people, and that's worth the cheating. It honestly is, right? Like, a lot of people, doesn't matter, they'll go to another TCG, they'll play another game. There's plenty of other hobbies to lose your life into, right? Like, there's a lot of shooters out there, there's a lot of MOBAs, there's a lot of physical, you know, other TCGs, digital games, there's a lot of other things to lose your life to. You could go play the One Piece TCG, get $1,000 payout for cheating, and it doesn't matter. The game has so many problems to it that we can solve by playing online tournaments, promoting results that way, and then also just incentivizing good, clean, strategical play that doesn't have under the table cheating. Now, I went into a bit of a rant here, and honestly, I just want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you think? Do you think that the online digital client is the only way to solve this problem? How do you feel about webcam events? Personally, I will never be playing them until stuff like this gets solved. I don't want to be cheated out of the game. I don't know if this is happening in a rampant sense, but any percentage is too large of a percentage. I think we as content creators, and I think other content creators have done so as well, but I highly encourage, and I want to call out all content creators in the One Piece TCG to push this angle, to push the online resources that we have in this game, and to push back on Bandai and work with their communities and say, we need to push back at Bandai, and we need to go to the sim, we need to push tournaments, and we need to push digital clients available in our TCGs to be better, so that we can use them as resources for tournaments and enjoy the game that we love and grow the game that we love. This game should not be a crypto bro, you know, couple of years pump and dump where a lot of people buy serial cards and then you spend 10K on a serial Luffy and the game dies next year because they didn't do it reprints properly, right? What do you mean SP Queen rares, right? Like, that's not reprinting the card, right? But regardless here, I went on a bit of a rant. I gave you some examples of cheating. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I think there's a lot of things that we as a community can do to improve the game that we love and just promote a better gameplay environment and just really just grow up, get off our high horse, and just do what's right for the betterment of this game.